Anyway, so that's why today I just wanted to tell you guys my experience of not being able to sleep, because I think it's a very, very fun experience, and gets you thinking a lot about having a child. So I actually, for the first 3 months, I was able to sleep because my mom was able to take care of the baby. So at night I would get sleep. However, because I would do breastfeeding, I think at most I got 5 hours, since, like I said, in my breastfeeding related podcast, how I told you guys, my boob is filled with baby's food, that if I don't get it out of my system, then it's about to explode, and it just keeps like, there's lots of problems. So since May 12th, 2015, it's been 5 months where I have not been able to get any sleep, more than 5 hours sleep. Even when my mom was here, I mean, I would give off my baby to my mom and sleep, but he would cry maybe 2 hours later asking for food because he gets hungry. So then I have to feed him. And I mean, you can put it, but you still have to wake up to, do breast pumping. And I did breast pump at midnight, but I realized that wasn't that helpful, so I just stopped breast pumping. So anyways, and then after 3 months, I had no one to help me. And although I had helpers, like my in-laws would always say, you can trust me, and you can take a nap. Like 1 or 2 hours of nap is not fulfilling. I need 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep. So yeah, so it's been 5 months, and here's the outcome. First of all, I look shitty. Luckily I'm able to shower, but I don't remember the last time I put on anything on my face, as in my makeup or anything. So I just don't have time. And another issue that you have of not getting enough sleep is your brain stops functioning. The other day, Mia asked me some question in English, and I was like, I don't know. People ask me a lot of questions, and I say, I don't know. People ask me about, like, oh, like, did you do this or that? My mom calls and she's like, do you remember this? I'm like, nope. My memory, the brain cells just died, I think. Even if I stream, then I blank out. So you know what I have to do is I have to keep thinking of what I have to do and seeing if I'm, like, able to do it. So it really sucks. Your brain just stops functioning. It's dead. And yeah, so that's what happens if you don't get good night's sleep. Another thing is you lose your appetite. I have to force myself to eat, but that's the most hardest thing because I have no appetite. And the fact that I have to eat alone, maybe that's another issue, but it's just, I just want to eat junk food. All I want to eat is chocolate, ice cream, cereal, something with sweets, sweet drinks, blah blah blah. And of course that's not good for my body, but it gives you it gives you a burst of energy, and that's what I need right now. And so yeah, I think those three are like the most biggest thing about not getting enough sleep, and you're just tired all day. I think this would also lead to postpartum depression because you're just so tired. You wake up. Even actually yesterday, I only fed him once, which was at 3. I went to bed at 11. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So I got 4 hours of sleep, and then he slept right away, and we woke up at 7. So I got 4 hours plus 3 hours. Just woke up in between for maybe like 10-15 minutes so that I can latch my baby on. I can help my baby latch onto my boobs. So technically you feel like I got a good night's sleep, but it's not good night's sleep. I woke up and I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to go back to bed. So it's a really bad feeling, and I don't know how people can live like this. And what's surprising is this will go on until he's able to sleep by himself for at least more than 8-9 hours, right? So it's been tough. I mean, I guess I could put him to sleep maybe at, sorry for yawning, 10 or 11, but that's also bad for the baby too, because they tell you to put the baby to sleep around 7 or 8. Anyway, so you just don't get sleep, and sleep is very, very important. So I know a lot of people do say, try to sleep when the baby sleeps, and it's like, okay, you know, that is the most hardest thing, and that is the most annoying thing that you can ever say to a person who has a baby, because, well, first of all, it's really hard to fall asleep with the baby unless you're like super duper tired. On a scale from 1 to 10, and 1 being I'm so awake versus 10 being I'm super dead tired, every day it's always like a 5 or a 6. So it's really hard for you to force yourself to sleep, right? And I know if I were to take any type of sleep, like, what is it, like melatonin, then I know that I can't wake up to take care of the baby. So it just really sucks. No matter what, it really sucks of taking care of the baby, and trying to sleep when the baby's asleep. Also, it takes so long for my baby to sleep, and he only wakes up, or he only sleeps for maybe like 40 to 50 minutes, that it just does not feel refreshing to wake up. The only way he can sleep for a long time is if he's on top of me. So in Korea, they call it a human bed, where I'm literally like sleeping with the baby. And you know what? That is actually kind of uncomfortable if you think about it, because you can't move. You can't turn left, right, or left. And if you do, I mean, like, if you do, the baby falls. Or he wakes up. So it's like you're literally a bed for the baby. And he gets heavy, and my baby has a lot of heat, so he's overheating. So all of that, it really sucks, and I'm very tired. So if you have time, you guys should sleep a lot. It just really is unfortunate that you know, you're trying to teach the baby how to sleep, but it's impossible to teach how to. It's impossible. You just don't know how to teach someone how to sleep. Like, if he wants to sleep, he cries. So I have to, like, you know, calm himself down and do everything. And then by the time he sleeps and you're just so exhausted, I think you just reach a point where you're just way too exhausted to do anything. And you're just kind of like, oh my God, what should I do with this? So to me, if I have time to do anything right now instead of doing stream or everything, I've been trying to sleep. So that's why for the past maybe 3-4 days, I have not been on my computer a lot. Luckily, I was able to edit and upload because my editing doesn't take too long. But let me tell you, like, sleeping is what I need now. And so even like he wakes up and I should be active and energetic to play with the baby, it just does not work. So one very important tip for this is you should really help out. Like, as a dad, they should really help out with the mom, because unfortunately for me, my husband Mia is very light sleeper, so any sound that's being made, he wakes up. So we've been sleeping separately. He's been sleeping in his own room. He has like a mattress, and then we've been sleeping in the bed. He still wakes up, so it's so useless. Because the ideal system is he gets a good night's sleep, and I, you know, take care of the baby at night. Then when I wake up, I can send the baby off to the husband and take some good night's sleep, or like take like an hour or two of like a nap time by myself. That does not work in our house. When I wake up, either he didn't get sleep, or it's just like he's just kind of like, oh my God, I have not gotten sleep for a very long time, and I'm sitting here being like, oh my God, this is very useless. So which is kind of ironic because a lot of the times moms want the husbands to wake up, because in the ideal system, even like my brother is, he cannot wake up when the baby cries, which kind of sounds funny, but apparently that's what happens. Only the moms wake up. I think it has to do with how the baby was inside the mom's womb and everything. So ideally the dads don't wake up. And that also happened with my friends, where it's probably like 3 a.m. in the morning, and the husbands don't wake up, and this baby's like crying out a lot, and you're just so stressed out that my friends apparently threw her pillow at her husband because she was so mad and he still did not wake up. Or like they would just kind of like slap, not like, you know, like the bitch slap, but like kind of be like, you know, like just annoyingly like hit her husband, but he still didn't wake up. So, you know, that's supposed to be the ideal, right? And so they say that, oh, like I envy when husbands wake up and they take care of the baby with the mom, and I'm like sitting there being like, no, that is the worst case. You should thank your husbands for getting a good night's sleep, because my husband wakes up, but do you think he's like, oh darling, let me try to help you? No, he just gets angry. Well, he doesn't get angry, but you know, he's also, you know, he hasn't been able to sleep well too, so he's also stressed out, right? So I'm just sitting there being like, oh my god, that's why I can't quit breastfeeding, because of course I can lend my baby off to my husband at nighttime, but then it would interfere with his work. And so I've been trying to take care of the baby, you know, at least during the weekdays, and maybe if I lend the baby off to him during the weekends, it'll still affect him during the weekdays. So I've been trying to take care of the whole night shift, but it's just kind of dreadful because no matter what, even if we sleep in a separate room, he just does not get good night's sleep. So hopefully, you know, if you guys ever have to convince someone of like telling them why they don't wake up at night, then be like, you know, it's for to be more efficient, it's better to not wake up, and the dad takes care of the baby fresh the next day. So yeah, it's just been very exhausting not being able to sleep well, and since I am sleeping with the baby at nighttime, I'm like 100% in control of the baby. It's been very tough. Also, another issue that's been happening lately is my baby started to flip, not just once, but now he can flip back to the original position, right? So I worry that he'll just like roll over and like fall. And what's unfortunate is he doesn't like his crib either. So it's like, okay, which one's better, right? He sleeps in his crib maybe for like 2 hours and then he whines. At most 2 hours, right? Or he sleeps with me and he sleeps well for 4 hours, but he wakes up for feeding, but there's a chance for him to fall. So, you know, like there's me sitting down being like, okay, which one am I able to sleep a lot, and which one can I like survive, right? So luckily he hasn't fallen off the bed yet, but we have like protection around. Unfortunately, since Korea's house is all hard floor, we had to put lots of cushions around the bed. So as the baby grows bigger, it's been dreadful. And I don't think there's gonna be any good night's sleep anytime soon. Also, my husband is very like into saying it's okay for the baby to cry, right? And it's like, okay, well, it's okay obviously, but like, who has to deal with it, right? I'm the one who has to deal with the crying baby. Of course he wakes up, but he'll just leave it, and it's like the crying baby sound is very stressful for me too. So it's like, okay, you know what, I'll just take care of the baby. I'll just feed the baby. You just go sleep, right? So it's just a lot of understanding and yeah, so sleep is very overrated for me right now. As you guys can see, it's getting worse. But hopefully it'll get better. I know it'll get better. It's just 5 months into taking care of a baby, you still don't get sleep. So all the unicorn babies out there who's able to sleep for like 10 hours or 12 hours straight, go for you. The worst is when he wakes up like every 2 hours and you have no clue why he wakes up. So yeah, I still have no sleep and it's 5 months, but well, hopefully one day he'll be able to sleep for at least 10 hours. But right now it's just been exhausting and I have not been able to do any type of streaming or anything. So anyways, that's a little fun story of my no sleep. But I shouldn't complain because there's people worse than me. Like there's people who can't get enough sleep where the baby wakes up every hour. So unlike them, at least I get 4 hours, right? So you always have to think about the positive side too. So anyways, good luck to everyone who's out there who's taking care of babies. Hopefully you guys can sleep.